Welcome back everyone to the Hello World Guide. This is episode number 4 of the Flappy Bird series in Unreal Engine, and in this series we are going to make an obstacle spawning system. So we have got an obstacle and we want to make a system in order to, we have to spawn more obstacles basically. So yeah, what we are going to begin with is basically we want to have a separate class for this. So I'm going to create a new blueprint class inheriting from actor, and we are going to just call this actually we are going to call this obstacle spawner, because this will basically do the spawning. Alright, so I'm going to open this spawner up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back under my scene and I'm going to add this obstacle spawner in the scene, and I'm going to reset its location to 0. And I'm actually going to now just go ahead and select this obstacle, and I'm going to delete this. So yeah, just delete that obstacle. Then I'm going to go under obstacle spawner, and in here I'm going to delete the other functions except begin play. Now from even begin play I'm going to do a spawn actor from class. Now in here for the class just choose obstacle, and for the spawn transform you can go ahead and say make transform. Now if you actually do that, it should basically allow you to have this. You can select whatever you want, and for the Y we are going to put 700, which is exactly the location as before. So if I hit play, we should have exactly what we had before, except it's being spawned by a separate object. So in order to make it spawn infinitely, what we are going to do is I'm going to hit I'm actually going to press alt and click on this to actually disconnect it from begin play. I'm going to take the begin play up, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to add in a custom event in here. I'm going to call that custom event like just spawn. I mean, you can call it whatever you want. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect this to the obstacle, and what I'm going to do now is I'm basically going to put it on a timer. So I'm going to take this red thing out, and I'm going to say set timer by event. So if I do that, okay, and you can see we can basically set a timer of whatever time we want, and you can obviously change it to looping as well. Now this is one way to do it, but there might be an even better way. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to disconnect these both, and I'm going to put it at the end of the spawn event. Now I'm going to go ahead and turn off looping, and I'm going to set the time to whatever you want. You can set it to something like, let's say, 2 seconds. And for the begin play I'm going to take that, and I'm just going to call the spawn functions in the actual class. But this will do, it will call the spawn function immediately, but then from then on we will have that event spawning correctly, and you obviously need to connect this event up to that. So I'm going to do that now, and just add some reroute nodes to make it a little cleaner, and let's try. So you can see for the first thing spawns, and after a little bit the second pipe spawns as well, and they keep spawning, which is pretty cool, and they've got equal space between them. Now we want this to spawn out of the view of the player, so I'm going to change the Y position to something like 1000, and let's try that out. Yeah, that you can still see that they are visible. I'm going to set it to 1500, let's say. And yeah, let's try that out, and I think it should be pretty good. Yeah, it looks pretty awesome, and now we have got a natural system. And I'm going to go ahead and for the time, and I'm going to change it to something like 4, so that we don't get pipes too close. And now you should see that we have got almost a working pipe system for our Flappy Bird game. So yeah, that looks pretty awesome. So I think I want to decrease the space a little bit. I'm going to set it to 3, and now let's test that out once more. Yeah, that's pretty good. But what I want to do is we want these pipes to disappear when they go off the screen, which is not happening right now. So now we need to do that. Now in order to make those disappear, you could go about it in a couple of ways, but we are going to do something easy. I'm going to open up my obstacle class and just go under and select the actual obstacle, or just select the class defaults, and in go here you can, if you go down here, then you can see in the actor we have got an initial lifespan. You can set it to something like, let's say, 5. Actually let's first set it to 0, and let's try setting it to 0, and let's hit play, and let's see how much time it takes for it to go down. So it takes around, let's say, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, it should take around 15 seconds. I mean 15 seconds should be pretty good for us to have a lifespan of. Now this will automatically destroy this obstacle after 15 seconds, and if I hit play now, actually I'm going to go under the main scene, and in here I'm going to go under options, and in here you should see an option for simulate. Yeah, you can see, just go ahead and choose simulate here, or you can just press alt S, and in here obviously you can't play the game, but you can see what's happening, and these obstacles should start pushing our bird actually, but that doesn't matter. You can see that these obstacles are appearing, and let's see when they disappear, and when they go off to that, yeah, that one disappears and the new one spawns from here. So this is basically a perfect system for our obstacles. This is pretty much it for this video. In the next video we'll add more stuff to our game, so stay tuned for that, and I will see you in the next one. Share this video with other people, and subscribe, and bye.